You can animate the position, opacity, and other transform properties of shape layers just as you animate them in other layers. But shape layers provide additional opportunities for animation, including fills, strokes, paths, and path operations. We're going to create another star and then use the, wait for it, pucker and bloat path operation to transform it into a flower as it falls towards the flower pot and changes color. I'm pretty sure none of us have ever used the pucker and bloat path operation. Path operations are similar to effects. They modify a shape's path while preserving the original path. Path operations are live, so you can modify or remove them at any time. You used the wiggle path operation and offset paths earlier. Now we're going to apply a pucker and bloat path operation. It pulls the vertices of a path outward while curving the segments inward, or puckering, and pulls the vertices inward while curving the segments outward, which would be bloating. You can animate the degree of pucker or bloat over time. So let's press the home key. It gets us back to the beginning. Select the star tool to go up here, and star tool, and draw another star in the upper right area of the sky. Doesn't matter where, just up there. After Effects adds a shape layer 1 to the timeline panel. Click the fill color box, and we want to change to the same bright yellow as you had before, so click the eyedropper tool and then click here and then click OK. Click the stroke color box and we are going to make this red. You don't have to do the exact same color, but I'm using R159, 38, and 24. Click OK. After Effects automatically changes the stroke options from none to solid color when you change the stroke color. Select Shape Layer 1, press Enter. We're going to rename this to Falling Star. Press Enter. In the timeline panel, choose Pucker and Bloat from the Add pop-up menu. So click Add right here and Pucker and Bloat. Expand the Pucker and Bloat in your Layers panel or timeline panel. Change the amount to 0. Click the stopwatch icon to get an initial keyframe. Go to 401 and change the amount to 139. 139. The star shape becomes a flower. After Effects creates a keyframe. You can see there's a keyframe right here, and that's a lovely flower up there. The star becomes a flower, but it should be falling as it changes. So now we're going to animate its position and scale. Press the home key or drag the timeline to the beginning of the timeline. Select the falling star layer. Press P to reveal its position property, and then Shift S reveals its scale property. Click the stopwatch icon next to each of those. Stopwatch. Those are your initial keyframes. Select the selection tool, and then go to 420. Then move the star to the center of the screen, hovering above the flower pot between the tree and the house so that it's in its final position. You may need to deselect the snapping in the Tools panel to position it where you want it. At this point, the star has become a flower but hasn't changed size. So click and drag it right there for where I'm going to put mine. Alright. And then After Effects creates a position keyframe. Go to 401. Increase the scale value so that the flower is about the width of the flower pot. The value you use depends on the original size of the star and on the width of the flower pot. So we're going to click right here and just drag it to where it's about the same width as your flower pot. I wonder if I can drag mine. Yeah, you can drag it if it's not centered like you want it. Get it like you like it. Press the space bar to preview the animation. So you can see that here's my star. It's coming down. It's changing to a flower. Look at there. Isn't that just lovely? Press the space bar again to stop your animation. Its trajectory is straight. We want it to fall in a slight arc. So go to 220. 220. And adjust the star's position up so that its path becomes a gentler arc. So you can click here and just drag it. Get it however you want it so that there's a little bit of an arc to it. You can press the space bar to preview what you've done. You see mine comes in and it falls down at an arc. Isn't that lovely? Okay. Hide the properties of the falling star layer. Currently the star remains yellow with the red stroke as it becomes a flower. We're going to animate to fill its fill color so that the final flower is red. Press the home key or drag it over to the beginning of the time ruler. Expand the falling star layer. And then expand contents, polystar 1, and fill 1. Click the stopwatch icon next to the color property. That creates an initial keyframe. Go to 401 and change the fill color to a red color. I'm going to use R is 192, 49, and 33. Click OK. Hide all the layer properties. Press F2 or click to deselect all layers. Press the space bar to preview your. Look at there. Now we got a red star. Press the space bar again to stop the playback, and then click File and Save to save where we are.